nothing from the other boats were returned. And as a final insult, this week we've established that 3 credit cards and 2 mobile phones in the boat that I was on have been used in Tel Aviv. The soldiers had when they took our belongings off us, they said for their safekeeping, removed all our valuables from our bags, put them in what they said were sealed bags, labelled and numbered them. It was a sham. They were looting them in front of us. Of course, what we went through, as unpleasant as it was, isn't 1% of the Palestinian experience. We were imprisoned, we saw friends killed, we had our things stolen. It's not 1% of what Palestinians go through. The important difference is we have governments who are required to act on our behalf. They don't. But we have paid elected representatives. And this is where the activists aboard the boat need support from people like you. There is no... I'm going to lobby, and I want you all to lobby intensely and loudly. There is no reason why our government couldn't take action. I went to the Foreign Office last week to see Alistair Burt, and we got the whitewash that we were expecting. But we're not going to be quiet, and I want all of you to lobby your politicians to take action. Israel has authority only because it takes it. It's illegitimate, it's illegal, and I want our governments to stop giving Israel the power that it's illegitimately taken. We can just ignore this silly siege. I want them to stop. I want our governments to stop diplomatic relations with Israel, open direct talks with the elected government in Gaza, and just simply start sailing into Gaza port. Open direct trade with Gaza. There is no natural disaster in Gaza. There is a humanitarian crisis, but there's no natural disaster. That crisis is entirely made by the siege. If we sail into the Gaza port, Gaza can have a flourishing economy. That can be done. There's no natural impediment to this. And I'd like you all to lobby your politicians and lobby your media and do everything you can to make this happen, because it can happen. We can simply sail into Gaza ports. Free Gaza have shown that it can be done. People have sailed into Gaza. We want to open direct trade with Gaza. Our governments are paid and elected by us. We should be leaning on them and asking them to represent us. You may have heard that the Free Gaza vessel from Ireland, the Rachel Corrie, sailed a few days after us, and that Hamas decided to reject any aid that was taken from it and offered to them by the Israelis. I'm very proud of their statement of solidarity in that. They said that they would not accept aid that was destined to their port being passed through Israel, because they don't want aid. They don't want to be reliant on aid. And our missions in Free Gaza are not about aid. We take what is frankly a symbolic amount of aid with us. It's a gift to our hosts. When you go and visit people, you take a gift, and that's what we take. Our voyages are about human rights and dignity, and it's about opening the port and allowing them trade. It's not about aid. I've been back for a couple of weeks now, and people ask me how I feel. Apart from bewildered and quite disappointed to not be in Gaza, I think mainly I feel undeterred. Of course, we're very sad. Of course, we feel terrible about our 9 Turkish colleagues, one of whom was a joint US national. Of course, we feel very, very sad and angry that our colleagues were killed so brutally. But it just makes us more determined to work harder. We have to make this count. We can't let these deaths be in vain. A year and a half ago, I stood on a lot of the same platforms and said, we can't let these 1,400 deaths in Tasseled be in vain. We had massive public support with us then. I thought that then we were at a tipping point of things that were really going to change. And 2 months later, it was evident that nothing had changed. This time I feel public support is even stronger. And it's been incredible and overwhelming to come back to, because in prison, because we had no idea what the reaction had been here, if any. It's been fantastic to come back to so much support, but I want to beg you at this point to seize the moment. I know you have all been supporting Palestine, probably for a long time, and been working very hard. But I just feel that right now, all of our efforts count for a lot more. Public opinion is with us. Whatever you do, however you support Palestine, please pull out all your last resources and your last stops on it, because right now our support is counting for a lot more. If you can, fundraise, donate to Free Gaza. They're the people who send the boats. This time we have Sail the Coalition of other people, but Free Gaza are the people who send the boats, and IHH. If you can't do that, lobby. And if you can do that, lobby. Lobby the media, lobby your journalists. This is the most important thing. We have to get to the people who make the decisions. We have to get to the people who can change the situation. It's not a natural disaster. This is something that is in human hands to change. Free Gaza are already preparing to sail the next flotilla. I don't want to keep going back. I don't want to keep having to break the sieges. There's no need for there to be a siege, but we are ready to sail. As soon as we've raised enough money for more boats, we'll sail again, and we will sail until Palestine is free. Please do everything you can to support Palestine right now. Right now, more people are listening. Whatever you do counts for more.